guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to be discussing what I think about interracial marriages. It's going to be a pretty interesting topic. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about a black woman being with a white man, the kind of look that it gives to society, and I'm going to share with you guys why I personally wouldn't take that option when it comes to dating or even marrying a spouse. Just as a black girl, just as a black woman, like what it looks like to society. I can't talk society. So yeah, let's get into the video, guys. So whenever I think I see interracial couples, I think wow, it's a sweet match. It's something that it looks good. They always say mixed kids and biracial kids are always beautiful, so I love hearing it. And that's the pros to dating a white guy or a guy that's not the same color from you. It's always easier for, I feel, men to do that, like white men to pursue black women. They probably are tired of dealing with Karen, so they want to come back to a strong black woman, So that's just my overtake of it. Yeah, I think that's why they probably do that. But one thing I really don't see is white women dating black men. I don't know why I don't see too much of that. I see it, but it's not as common. I see a lot. It's really just the white men that pursue these black women. And I think it's because white women can deal with themselves, and just look at, for instance, the situation with Courtney and Toby. That gives you an insight about like how it is to date a white woman. Like, she physically assaulted him in the elevator. That's a lot to deal with, like the full physical violence thing, and I'm having my Karen moment, like all that crap. Think of dealing with that 24/7 complaints. It's too cold outside, it's too hot, why aren't my fries done, this is cold, oh, did you just hang up the phone on me, okay, wow, this was supposed to be marked down from $20 to $10, someone fix this, so that whole Karen situation, some men just cannot handle it. And I think like a lot of white women out there know that the men that can handle this is the white men. The white men can basically say, oh, you want $1 million? Here you go. Let's go ahead and get a divorce, and that's it. And I think they don't feel that financial security whenever they go to a black man or a man of color. They probably feel like, oh, he's broke, he's not going to afford me. White women tend to put themselves on a higher echelon, an upper echelon, sorry, like they're better, and they deserve everything. They deserve to be catered to every day because they are white. So that is what I feel the major reason as why you don't see a lot of white women trying to pursue black men. That's just my reason. But when you see a white man doing it, it's like he's probably been through tumultuous, toxic situations with Karens and white women, and it's like he knows, like, man, I need a relaxed woman to just, deal with. So that's my stance on that. But let's talk about the relationships. What do I think about, white men pursuing black women? I think it's not bad. We're all born equally. We're allowed to like whoever we want to like in life, and that is the decision we make as adults. But the thing that's concerning for me is because we know black Americans are not as wealthy as white people. White people, there's always been a rumor that white people tend to just have more money. So think about that. As a minority girl, even if it's true love, that's sweet, but I tend to think like image is a big deal to me, and someone probably screaming out "gold digger" to me when I'm walking down the street with my white man, that's gonna really dig at me. That's gonna make me feel like, wow, I'm unaccomplished in life. Everything I work hard came from this guy, when even though it probably didn't. that's what you're portraying to society. That's what they see when they see a minority black girl, white man. Think about it. You know, it's like 2 and 2 together. So that's why I just don't do that. You know, white men are very, very sweet and nice. I've talked to a lot of nice white men throughout my life, and they're sweet. My nurse preceptor was a very sweet white guy. You know, attorney I had, very sweet wild guy. You know, they're very, guys, just those white guys, they really, really tend to have the utmost manners and very, very respectful when it comes to any woman of color. And I appreciate it. And I'm going to say that to the top of my lungs. But when we get into the topic of relationships, when we get into the topic of spending the rest of my life with you, as a minority girl, I have too much respect for myself. I've worked hard in life and I'm very, very independent. I haven't had any guy do anything for me in my life, except for my dad. You know, he's the only guy that can say, okay, he bought me this, or, you know, did this for me. But any other guy, in terms of trying to use them or doing this, I don't fit that description. I'm not that kind of girl that's going to use you or be this gold digger. Definitely not me. Definitely not Hope Okoro. So, which is why I stand by my stance that I would, like, even if a white man was pursuing me, I would deny it throughout my whole entire life. I can't take that risk of having society view me as a bedwench, you know. And it goes back to history, you know, when the white slave master would say, we'll call the slaves into their bedroom and sleep with them, and that's like literally all that they'll be good for, and then he will send them out. I don't want to relive that kind of history. Just as a former slave, you know, I know these things, and it's not a good image. And especially in Africa, you know, like a lot of, you know, Africans tend to not go with that ideology. Like, wow, I'm going to look so beautiful. I'm going to look like the hottest girl in town because I got a white man. That's not the mentality. They tend to stick to traditions in Africa because it's like, just how do you go against everything you've worked so hard for? You know, like the colonizers came in and did what they wanted to do and had that free life, and you know, now it's like our chance to be free. And it's just like, just that control. There's something about white people in control that I don't like. I don't like anyone controlling me, you know, as a minority girl. It sends me back hundreds of years to oppression and all of that. So I like to stick with people of my color. People, and a lot of Nigerian guys are very respectful, very, very respectful, sweet. I'm kind of blushing right now, but yeah, sweet guys, and manners, respect. You know, you have to really, really just show your true colors and show how evil you are before you can even see a guy insulting a woman in Nigeria. They have so much, wow, like it's crazy how Africans are. And I'm just not just saying my own country, Africans in general, you know, Africans in general, they're very, very respectful. And I just feel like if I was ever to like get into an argument with like a white spouse or a white boyfriend of mine, he'll say, he will literally go to the minority stance that I'm in and say, oh, you know, that's why you're black, you know, you don't have any money, you're whack, you're lame, you know. And just, and I would never want anyone, the other race or any color, to tell me that. I will fight him if he said that to me. So, you know, you never know what white people are thinking, and you never know when they can switch up. So even though they might be so respectful and good outside, you don't know how they are inside of their home. So it's not something I do. It's not something that I'm very interested in. And like I said, it gives that outward appearance that you're only dating this guy because you want some money. That's why you're with him. You know, he probably has some money. He can build your life. He can buy your life. He can get you the luxury cars you want. He can buy you the designer bags, give you the luxury life you need. But materialistic things mean nothing to me. I like authenticity. And that is one thing, you know, white people tend to lack. They're the best actors in the world. They love to act and just make it seem like, okay, you know, so what? You know, like they're just acting. So I don't want to spend my time and the rest of my life trying to figure out when someone's being genuine and when someone's not being genuine. So, but yeah, that's just what I think about it. I think interracial marriages is beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. They come out with beautiful kids, you know, and it's sweet. But I think the tradition just has to stick with me, just because I have such strong roots in Africa and my African culture is so important. It's just, you know, like all of my uncles, all of my aunts say, do like never ever date outside of your race. That's one important thing that I would like to make sure you understand, and you do not break that rule, please. And I tell them, definitely, you know, definitely I will, you know, only date within my race, because it's just, it's kind of like respect to your lineage, your line. I hope I'm saying that word right. Lineage, yeah. Your respect to your generation, and if you just want to keep that going. So that's just my overview on it. I mean, I don't know when, you know, like it's like white people are just kind of clownish. You don't know when they're being realistic. You know, you don't know if, you know, they're gonna laugh in your face, they're gonna talk about you bad with their family, they're gonna say this, they're gonna say that. It's just, you don't know what anyone's gonna say about you, and I could care less. But that's just my view on dating outside of my race, or dating white guys in general. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think about dating outside of your race. Are you guys, anyone out there, up for the challenge of dating outside of their race? What do you think about it? Do you think there's backlash that comes when, you know, a minority is seen with, you know, a white person in terms of dating? Do you think like those relationships really don't last? Do you think those relationships are just done to kind of just get attention from the audience and from society? I would love to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for tuning in.